Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another fun-filled episode of Wrestling Prime. I am your host, Tom Dog, and we got a big show lined up here for this evening. We got some good topics to talk about, and as promised, we got the AEW Double or Nothing results, and we'll give that out and everything like that, and and yeah, and and then we got the big one. We got nice um little hypothesis or prediction rather about the relationship between TNA and WWE and and how Jordan Grace fits into this spectrum that I have have made a prediction on earlier in the season. So before we do that, let's do the shout outs and the plugs and everything. Big shout out to Raz and Mads and Monsters. Check them out over on the Owl Light Network. You'll be glad you did. And this episode is brought to you by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. You could trade in, buy, sell some wrestling merchant, some wrestling um, memorabilia to either add to your collection or to make a little money off pocket. And it's a wonderful store, so they have everything you need for the wrestling fandom. Some autographed items, um, signed by signed by the wrestlers, and there's also some wrestling action figures as well too. So check them out over. And if you happen to be in the Southington, Connecticut area, and you want to check out this amazing store, which I strongly suggest that you do if you are in the area, check them out over on the web on the check them out on their website over at mnjvideogames.com. And I'm a little verklempt. I don't know why. So I am chugging my drink, but unfortunately I'm not chugging. But don't make the same mistake that I am and head on over to w.dg right now. Use the promo code BRILL at checkout to save 10% on your purchase. And what is W Energy? It's an energy supplement that has no sugars, no artificial flavors or colorings or dyes or anything in that nature that will make you feel unpleasant, and zero chances of you you know, getting tapped out or getting pinned, you know. So don't lay down for anybody. Go to w.gg today. Use the promo code BRILL at the checkout. Save 10% on your purchase. You will be glad you did. They got some amazing products over there that you definitely must try. It's worth it. I guarantee it. I love it. You'll love it too. Again, that's w.gg. Promo code BRILL at the checkout. Save 10% on your purchase today. And you will be glad you did. So, let's get right into the nitty gritty in the city. And I guarantee you it won't be a pity. we're gonna knock out the Double or Nothing pay-per-view first. Get that talked about because gonna throw in some AEW news as well. So this past Sunday they had the Double or Nothing pay-per-view, and since I already was doing a lot of doing a lot of episode. Had some big things going on with the show and everything. So yeah, it's so yeah. Um, so they had a a countdown show. Um, the buy-in, and it was hosted by Renee Parquette, R.J. City, and Jeff Jarrett. And in the first match, the free match, Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo, um, they fought it out. Um, they had a pretty good match. Back and forth as always and everything like that. And it was a pretty decent laid back opener. Well, not really an opener. It was like but it was really really good. And so yeah, it was a nice little warm up match before the actual pay per view started. And and Deonna Purrazzo defeated Thunder Rosa. I give the match a B. And the next buy-in match was Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, and Daddy Ass taking on Juan Toa Leona and Brian Cage. Um, so yeah, this was a pretty um this match was all over the place. and and yeah, nothing really to go home about. It was just pretty much classic match and everything like that. Something that you would see on Dynamite or on Rampage or Collision. And this was kind of weak. The weaker of the matches. Um, but the fans were into it. Um, overall, had a nice little assist from the Las Vegas Golden Knights, and for the well, not the mascot for the Knights. So yeah, it was really cool. So it was okay, and I apologize. So um, because of all that, because of all the chaos that was going on in the ring, Billy Gunn took the opportunity to get the win after the assist. After the assist from the Las Vegas Golden Knight mascot. And so the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass defeated Cage of Agony. I give it a solid C. And so opening contest, Roderick Strong versus Will Ospreay. And so of course Ospreay got a huge pop. From what it sounds like there. Um, oh boy. So yeah, a lot of commotion going on and everything. So it was a pretty classic, pretty, a nice classic match because it's the outside interference, um, and everything. So yeah, this was a pretty decent match, and everybody was so into it. And the right guy won. Uh, Will Will Ospreay defeated Roderick Strong, and yeah, yeah, this is a pretty good match. So yeah, this I'm going to give it a solid A. Uh, the Bang Bang Bang, the Bang, Jesus Christ, the Bang Bang Gang taking on the Death Triangle for the trios titles. Um, Adam Cole made a surprise appearance. Um, oh, and so yeah, they pretty much yelled at the crowd and everything like that. He shouldn't even be here. And he pulled out the devil's mask before. Then a video began to play for MJF. Um, MJF came back, and his look was very similar to Triple H. Um, Back when he came back from his quad injury, and for the first time that he tore his quad. And so yeah, looked really cool. And he took out Adam Cole um by kicking him below the belt, and took him out with a DDT, grabbed the mic, cut a really good promo. And that I did see. I saw that on the replay. Um, on the highlights. And so yeah, he cut a really nice promo. And so yeah, it is confirmed that MJF is not going anywhere. So from the looks of things, it looks like he re-signed with AEW. Um, then the match came out. Jay, um, so yeah, this was a pretty decent 6-man, and yeah, this was actually a better this was a better match than the 6-man that we got at the buy-in. And so yeah, this was a yeah, it was pretty well done and everything. And the Bang Bang Gang defeated the Death Triangle. And so yeah, a B plus on that one. Yes, sir. Um, Tony Storm defending her women's championship against Serena Deeb or whatever. I think I'm pronouncing that name right, Sabrina. Oh, Serena. Sorry, I'm tired tonight. I'm trying to go going fast as I can. And yeah, this was pretty well done and everything like that. Pretty much classic back and forth and everything. A lot of drama and everything, and it was well done. and everything. So yeah, it looks really good. Nothing really to complain about. Hardly any botches. From what I saw in the clip show, in the release, the review, the highlight and everything. So um, overall, very good match. Tony Storm retains her title. Solid A, solid A, man. This was a good match, very good match. Um, Up next, Orange Cassidy fighting Trent Beretta, and this was a match that a lot of people were waiting for, and so yeah, this was a pretty well done match and everything. Not good, not bad. Just a little bit in between and everything. Something like again, matches like this is something that you would probably see on either Collision or Dynamite. So yeah, um, give it a solid B for this match, and Orange Cassidy defeats Beretta. So yeah, pretty good match. Up next, the FTW title is on the line. Chris Jericho, the champion, taking on Hook and Shibata. And so it came out to be a triple threat match because originally there was a number one contenders match for the FTW title, but it ended with Hook and Shibata taking out one guy for the win, and they should have had it go at it and everything, and it would have been fine. But yeah, it was triple threat under triple threat rules and everything. So yeah, pretty decent match. Was okay for what it was, and yeah, this was a and there was a mask. There was also a mask man that showed up and took out both Shibata and Hook, and it turned out to be Brian Keith. Giving this match a solid B. I think that's fair. So yeah, it was pretty good, and everything like that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing where this storyline goes with between Hook and Jericho. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And for the record, Jericho's calling himself the Gifted Tree. Up next is Jon Moxley versus Takeshita, and yeah, and it was for the IWGP Championship, and so yeah, it was win or lose. So yeah, this was a match that needed to happen and everything like that, and yeah, pretty sick and everything like that, and so yeah, it was match was pretty decent for what it was, and Moxley retains the title. Solid B for that one. Yes, sir. Up next, the TNT title is up for grabs. Adam Copeland defending his title against Malachi Black. And this one was interesting because this was a steel cage wrapped in barbed wire. So so yeah, this was a match. This was a match and everything, and it wasn't, you know, wasn't the for the weak of heart and everything like that. Um, Adam Copeland had a nice presence coming out of the ring. He came, coming down to the ring and everything, and the way he came up from the stage, um, had a nice feel to his old Brood days and everything. And believe me, there's going to be a lot of references to the Brood in this match, and of course, very bloody match with the barbed wire and everything like that. Very gruesome, very sick, very crazy, and everything. And so, um, for what it was, there was some, the match was pretty crazy and everything like that. Um, there was a moment where um, um, Adam Copeland landed on his feet, and it was pretty. Looked like it was a hurtful landing and everything like that. So, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But then you know the finisher was on his way near and everything, and lights come out. Lights come out. Actually, before that, it was um. So yeah, this was a pretty crazy um turnout and everything, and there was one moment where Brody King and Buddy Matthews um made their presence felt, and it looked like they were standing next. They were standing next to Adam for for a minute, and fortunately, it was a bruise, and beat the living daylights out of Adam Copeland. And next thing you know, the lights go out and everything, and then lights turn red. Up, some music begins to play. Gangrel um, made a surprise appearance and took out the House of Black. Awesome reunion between the two of them, and so yeah, it was pretty crazy and everything. And and Copeland finished the match with the you know he used barbed wire to put on the crossface. Black passed out, and the ref career and Adam Copeland retains the TNT championship. For what it's worth, A minus. The fact that Gangrel showed up, made his presence felt. I'm looking forward to seeing more of what's going to happen with that, and so yeah, it's going to look really really good. And so yeah, hopefully they do something with that, and nice little reunion, and hopefully somewhere down the line Christian gets involved as well too, and then then it'll be complete. And yeah, it was really good. And so yeah, it was a really good match, and I give it an A minus. Willow Nightingale um, defends her TBS title against Mercedes Monet, and this one was a most talked about match because of the history behind it. And yeah, this was something that we kind of need some closure with. And so yeah, we are really looking forward to this. Um, so yeah, um, nothing really to go home about. This was well, and so yeah, and yeah, this was a pretty pretty decent match. However, it looked like Willow was about to win the match. Um, after putting on the finisher, but Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway had other plans, and they distracted the ref and allowed um Mercedes to come to blindside Willow with her finisher for the win. And after the match, so yeah, Mercedes Monet is the new TBS champion. After the match, um, Stokely was yelling at Willow for losing, and then Statlander, shoved him to the mat. But then Statlander attacked Willow, and so yeah, it was a nothing against Strickland, but I don't mean to use his name as a pun for this type of a thing, but there was a swerve, so yeah, had to put it in there somewhere. So still love you, Swerve. I acknowledge your house, and it's a beautiful house. um, yeah, this was a yeah, very emotional moment there. So, and then Swerve Strickland defends his world title against Christian Cage, and another talked about match. And Strickland came out uh, to an inspiration from the movie The Warriors, good movie. And so yeah, he was decked out in warrior gear. So yeah, he was ready to come out and play. It's a Warriors reference, and for all you youngins out there. So yeah, back and forth between the two of them and everything. So yeah, classic match, and yeah, this was pretty much match of the night so far. Strickland Strickland is the still retains the championship. Solid A all the way. Yeah, very good match. And then the main event, the Elite versus Team AEW, and so yeah, this was uh, this was a huge match, and so yeah, Jack Perry comes out, followed by Okada, then the Bucks, and then Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler, Brian Danielson, and Darby Allin, and tacked them almost immediately to get the match started. And so yeah, this was an anarchy in the arena, and so yeah, this was a pretty big match and everything like that. So yeah, this was all over the place and everything, and so yeah, this was pretty tough and everything like that. So yeah, crowd was into it, um, as the match should and everything. So yeah, but nonetheless, it was a pretty big night for everybody and everything, and it was all over the place. And you can't go wrong with that. So, um, the Elite won the match against Team AEW, and yeah, solid A, pretty good match. And on a side note, those Reebok pumps are pretty cool. I like the color scheme. Overall grade on the match, I give it an A minus. Um, Match of the night, definitely went to Swerve and Christian. So yeah, very good match. And a lot of good shows. Nothing really bad to talk about and everything. So yeah, very good all around. And so yeah, very good. Yeah, congratulations to all the winners at that show. And so yeah, yes, sir. Trying to hurry this show along because I'm still, I don't know why I'm choking up and everything like that. I really don't. But we still see. So, okay, on to our main topic. So Jordynne Grace, and I mentioned her many times at the beginning of the season because of her appearance at Royal Rumble, and again with my discussion about TNA versus WWE and what would happen if those two companies collided. And but yeah, I was giving a lot of praise to Jordynne Grace, and I'm still giving her praise now. Because I'm a fan of Jordynne's. She has some damn good matches, and with her being Knockouts champion, I mean, you know, it's obvious that she's doing a good job. And especially with her match with Naomi before Naomi came back to the WWE, um, in time for the Royal Rumble, it was a really good moment in history that a TNA contracted wrestler shows up at a WWE event. Now, this isn't the first time this has happened because of the fact that I think it was a year or 2 years ago, um, Mickie James showed up and she was TNA Knockouts champion then as well. And so yeah, this was a really big deal. But what makes Jordynne Grace um more unique than Mickie James's appearance is that Jordynne is going to be going to be fighting in her second PLE event, PLA show. She's gonna, but it's not gonna be like a Raw or SmackDown event. It's gonna be at NXT, and it's gonna be at Battleground at the UFC, at the UFC Center in Vegas. So yeah, this is a really big deal. This is a really big deal, and it's going to be next Sunday. And I'm actually going to review that one, so I'll be on the lookout for that. Primarily because of the fact that Jordynne Grace is going to be going against Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's World Championship. So yeah, this is a really big deal. Um, so this makes Jordynne Grace um the second time that she's been has appeared on a WWE event, uh, PLE, I should say, and it also marks her first television appearance on a WWE branded product, which is of course NXT. So the wheels are starting to come full circles because if you remember back at episode 2 of this season, I did the nice little package about how the WWE in TNA would have some sort of collaboration. If they were to do some sort of collaboration, who would fight whom? And I try to make it as best as I can, because um I don't often watch a lot of TNA, but when I see a match that's featured Jordan Grace, I will stop and watch, because she is amazing. I also follow her on Twitter, and her training videos are amazing. And her workout regimen, Jesus, you know, I praise a lot for Jade Cargill for having that mobility, but he definitely got to take a look at Jordan's videos as well too. It's amazing. You definitely got to check it out. Um, and definitely, she works out religiously, which is good. Which is good, and yeah, and I wish her. My predict. I have a really good prediction for coming up next week, and I don't know many of the other matches that are scheduled, but yeah, this is a really big deal, because I was more focused on this when the word broke out that Jordan Grace showed up at a WWE event. So a WWE taping, but it was called NXT, and I was blown away. So I was like, oh my god, this is awesome! And it was unheard of. Nobody knew anything about Jordan Grace showing up at the performance at NXT. So yeah, this is a really big deal, and and the fact that she's going to be showing up in uh the fight for the NXT Women's Championship. So yeah, this is a really big deal, because she's TNA Knockouts champion, and yeah, this is a really big deal. And so yeah, champion versus champion, and only the NXT Women's title is up for grabs. But yeah, this is going to be a very good match, and I'm looking forward to seeing it on Peacock when it shows up. So yeah, this is a really big deal. And so going back to earlier of this season, I mentioned the dream matches. Uh, you know, who on TNA would fight at so the pairings of it was amazing, was awesome. I I remember mentioning with Jordan Grace and everything, saying that my prediction, she should if they were to do a collab, she would fight she would go and fight Bianca Belair. And yeah, this was a really big deal. And I think I also mentioned Jade Cargill as well too. So yeah, again, another big deal. So putting her in there against either Bianca Belair or Jade Cargill, that's a match you do not want to miss, and I think that would be a classic between any. Because I've seen how much. I also follow Jade Cargill on social media, and she is. I mean, she doesn't mess around when it comes to lifting. When it comes to lifting weights and everything like that, and it's just ridiculous of how much she lifts. So you put Jade and Jordan in the ring together. Yeah, that's you're in for a treat if that ever happens. But but yeah, I kind of opened up a Pandora's box when I talked about this at the beginning of the season. So yeah, this is a really big deal, and this is a historic moment again for WWE, that that TNA contracted wrestler is showing up facing a contracted WWE superstar, and yeah, she's an NXT. She wrestles for NXT, and I get it, and I understand that. But in this scenario, it's WWE because NXT is a WWE product. And this right here cements of how special this match in particular is going to be, because this right here could very well, and it's all thanks to Jordynne Grace and the board of and to TNA with their hierarchy staff and everything like that. Kudos for doing doing this match, and it's a nice little talent exchange, which I think, in my opinion, it can be worth something more, where we get to see something in line with TNA invading WWE, making an impact and everything like that. Pun intended, because I know that's one of their products. And this is a really big deal. And this could really open the doors for working with a partnership somewhere down the line. And TNA would, kind of like how AEW acquired Ring of Honor. So yeah, this is a really big deal. This is a really big deal, not just for fans of wrestling, fans of both products, but more importantly, that this match right here is the most important one, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this match come full circle next Sunday, and you definitely don't want to miss that, because that's going to be a damn good pay-per-view. And yeah, I'm predicting that Jordynne Grace is going to walk away with it. Now, if that happens, that is going to be an interesting scenario on what could happen, because looking at the tail of the tape between the two of them, Roxana Perez doesn't have a chance. I'm sorry, but I gotta look what I see, and what I'm seeing is something really, really amazing. And yeah, I haven't seen TNA in a long time, but I make that up. I make it up for watching matches involving Jordynne Grace, because she is just an amazing talent in the ring, and you don't want to mess with her. You really don't want to mess with her. So I hope she's watching, because I tagged her in my little promo before the show. So I wonder if she's watching. If she is, hey, how's it going? Best of luck to you on Sunday, and I'll be rooting for you. So yeah, this is a really big deal, though. This is a really, really big deal, and so yeah, like I said, this can open up. I opened up the Pandora's box. I said it before, and I'll say it again, that I've opened up a Pandora's box ever since I did that episode. So yeah, this is a really big deal, and it's something that I've done once before already with with the World Championship Wrestling versus WWE, and look what happened there. So yeah, I am the Nostradamus of wrestling. So yeah, I it's a play on word, Nostradamus. I know, but not to mention I am the boat in broadcasting, and I mean every word, because this is truly a historic moment. That on Sunday, this will be the second premium live event that Jordynne Grace has been in, and also it's her first time being made that she made an appearance on a WWE uh, show, which is a WWE live televised broadcast, which was of course NXT. So yeah, this is a really big deal, and so yeah, there's many opportunities, like I said, with TNA versus WWE, and it's something that they could probably do in the future, later on down the road, in time for Survivor Series and the War Games. Just saying. Just saying. So it is something that could happen, and we could be looking at an amazing partnership between WWE and TNA. Something that Vince McMahon, if he was still running the company, you would never see that happen. Not in a million years. Or in this case, as his entrance theme, there will be no chance in hell, pal. So yeah, this is a really so yeah. That's why I said that this is the most historic moment in wrestling history, and you're able to see it live. You're able to see it live. And the fact that something like this should have happened a long time ago between WWE and World Championship Wrestling. Had that happened back then, I don't think we could ever contain, it would have been a big moment in history, and I would have won a cable access award for because of how awesome that moment was. And but this right here, you know, it's actually happening. They're full, both active brands. Not one company bought the other. That sort of thing. And we were kind of robbed at that point a long time ago. Like I said, with WWE and World Championship Wrestling, that we never got to see some sort of invasion storyline, which would have been cool, but they did it later on, and it became a dumpster fire. And it was primarily because they were working on contract negotiations, which didn't go well, and there was a lot of top talent from World Championship Wrestling that were injured. So yeah, it caused a problem. It caused a problem. That's why you saw, you know, the fillers get their shining moment in Rob Van Dam. Again, this was a really big deal. And I'm really, like I said, I'm really looking forward to seeing this match in particular between Jordan Grace and Roxana Perez, because this is the match you definitely do not want to miss. And like I said, Jordan Grace, I wish you the best of luck. Um, in the in this match coming up on Sunday, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. And yeah, this is a match to watch. You definitely don't want to miss that. And as promised, I will be doing a review on that. So, all right. I am looking at the time, and I'm about to crash. I am exhausted. I really am exhausted. I did a lot of running around today, and and I was late doing this because I wanted to make sure I got everything I needed to get the show going and everything like that. And I thank you. I thank you all so much for watching. For those who are watching out there, leave a comment and say hi. How are you? I'd love to hear from you. Chat is open, but even a quick hello would help, because I'm actually calling it a night here. So yeah. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. If you missed any of tonight's show, you could check it out as soon as I turn off the camera. Give the video a thumbs up and comment down below, what do you think about Jordan Grace versus Roxana Perez at NXT Battleground? What are your predictions on that? And what could we see coming out from all this? And would it would has the Pandora? Do you think the Pandora's box has been open to allow this moment in time to happen, and where we get to see more TNA talent versus WWE? So yeah, let us know who you think should fight whom in the comments. I would like to know, because let's face it, I'm tired of hearing myself talk sometimes. Ring the bell to stay notified on what I'm going to be doing next. And if you want to cement your place as let's see. I always do some of these, and I'm running out of good ones. Oh yeah, if you don't want Jordan Grace to to uh, lift you up like the weights that she uses, I strongly suggest that you give that subscribe button a rock bottom, because you definitely don't want to miss all the shenanigans that we have going on this channel. So, um, yeah, make sure you do that, and show your love to the channel by throwing the likes in there too, and all that other good stuff. So, um, yeah, we will be back here next Thursday. I'm pretty sure there's nothing going on that would change my date for for Thursday, you know. So yeah, nonetheless, this coming Thursday we got a good show. Got a good show of Channel X lined up. Then next Saturday, um, see what we got going on in the world of wrestling, and we'll have a lot of fun with that as well too. So I'll probably give out the full preview. Probably give out the whole predictions of Battleground. So yeah, be on the look. So yeah, be on the lookout for that, because I think I am going to do that. So with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in. Till next time, this is Tom Dog saying take care. So long. Peace. Have a good night, everybody. Love you all.